There is a prison, invisible yet omnipresent, that constrains the modern soul. Its bars are forged not of steel, but of opinions, the suffocating weight of others' expectations. You feel its cold touch when you hesitate to speak your truth, fearing judgment. You sense its shadows when you shape your actions to gain approval, not because you believe in them. This prison has no warden but yourself, and therein lies the truth that is as liberating as it is terrifying. You hold the key. Ikiro Kishimi and Fumite Koga, in their profound work The Courage to be Disliked, build on the ideas of Alfred Adler to expose this prison for what it is, a delusion. The need for external validation, they argue, is the root of our discontent. It is a life lived under siege, one where your worth is determined not by your own values, but by the fleeting, fickle opinions of others. And to escape this, they demand a kind of courage most of us are unprepared to summon, the courage to abandon the need to be liked. The prison of approval. Imagine this: you stand at the edge of a dark forest, your path shrouded in mystery. The voices behind you, the opinions of friends, family, and society call out, urging you to take a safe route. But the forest is your truth, your life's purpose, waiting to be discovered. Stepping into it will alienate some, anger others, and leave many perplexed. Yet, Adler's teachings insist the forest is your responsibility. To turn back is to abandon your life to others. In Adlerian psychology, the fundamental tenet is that all problems are interpersonal problems, but these problems are often misinterpreted as insurmountable forces outside us. You think, if only they approved of me, I'd be happy. This is the great lie. The need for approval is a contract you unconsciously sign, binding your self-worth to someone else's whims. Why do you willingly hand over your freedom? Here's the truth you must confront. No matter what you do, someone will dislike you. Whether you conform or rebel, stay silent or speak boldly, disapproval is inevitable. So why not choose authenticity over compliance? Why not accept that the only approval that matters is your own? The psychology of freedom, breaking the chains. Adler, through Kishimi and Koga, offers a startling insight. Life is meaningless until you give it meaning, but this meaning must be yours. And to claim it, you must embrace a radical principle: separation of tasks. What does this mean? It means recognizing what is yours to control and what is not. Your task is to act in alignment with your values, others' reactions to your actions, not your task. When you internalize this, you no longer dance to the tune of public opinion. Instead, you become the composer of your life. But freedom from external validation is not a gift, it is a battle. Your need for approval is rooted in the fear of rejection, a primal emotion born in childhood. To overcome this, you must confront it head-on. Picture a moment of confrontation, a conversation where someone challenges your ideas or ridicules your choices. Instead of reacting with anger or defensiveness, pause, breathe, remind yourself their opinion is their task, not mine. In that moment of stillness, you rise above the fray. You are no longer controlled by your emotions or their words. This is not indifference, it is fortitude. It is the courage to remain rooted in your truth, even as the storm rages around you. Mastering destructive emotions. Adlerian philosophy teaches us that emotions like anger, jealousy, and despair are not spontaneous eruptions beyond our control. They are choices, tools we wield to manipulate or protect ourselves. To transcend them, you must first understand their purpose. Consider anger. It flares when you feel disrespected, when someone threatens your ego. But ask yourself, what does my anger achieve? More often than not, it drives you further from resolution, leaving you powerless. True power lies not in indulging anger, but in mastering it. This mastery begins with presence. When you feel the swell of anger, pause and observe it as though it were an external force. This act of observation severs its control over you. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The same applies to fear. Fear of rejection, failure, or embarrassment is a shadow that grows only when you flee from it. Turn and face it. Embrace the discomfort. Each step you take toward discomfort is a step away from the prison of approval, the courage to be disliked. To live free, you must accept a truth most cannot bear. You will never be universally liked. The philosopher Nietzsche called this the path of the Übermensch, the individual who transcends societal norms to create their own values. This is not a rejection of society, but a transcendence of it. When you no longer seek validation, you free yourself to love and to act unconditionally. Your relationships become deeper because they are no longer transactional. Your actions become authentic because they are no longer staged for applause. And here lies the paradox of freedom. When you stop trying to please everyone, you become magnetic. People are drawn to those who live with conviction because they embody what most are too afraid to pursue, a life worth living. So, I leave you with this. Are you willing to take the harder road? Are you ready to abandon the false comfort of approval and embrace the discomfort of authenticity? This is the essence of Kishimi and Koga's philosophy. True courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Step into the forest. Let the voices behind you fade. Carry the key to your prison, but do not look back. For the life worth living is the one only you can create. As Viktor Frankl, a man who endured unimaginable suffering, once wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Choose your way, choose freedom, choose courage, and live a life that is truly your own."